Hi guys, I hope you're good since last video. So in this video we are going to see Google AI Studio more into the details. Just a quick overview of it. As in the last video I've been showing you a demonstration of the amazing vocal assistant using the desktop application, which is just sharing my screen actually. So here we are going to go through the interface, so you can familiarize yourself with that interface and start using it. I suggest you to start using it as quick as possible. So Google AI Studio.google.com, you're going to come here and you sign in Google AI Studio. Just pressing this button, I'm passing all the registration phase. You just use your email for that. If you need an organization, use your email with an organization. That's what I'm using myself with my business email. So here we can go through the documentation first. So there is also a way to use it like that. Google Generative AI in your code, getting the API key and using the Python snippets that you see here. That's what I use. Usually I like to use APIs because I don't mind about web UI. I like the terminal. You can see here there are also some embeddings. So in the Gemini API, text embedding or for. And here you get the code snippet in Go, Curl, Node.js, and Python, and how to generate those embeddings using the different methods. After you can go more into the details. If you want to see some examples, you go into the GitHub repository, Generative AI docs, and here you can get more details into you can run a notebook with that. So Jupyter Notebook or Google Colabs, which is almost the same. Okay, so you can just when you're arriving in this documentation, click through the different links that you find interesting. We're interested in AI, in RAG, in generative text. So here, ML integration, databases also, because you need to store those vectors. So storing the embeddings, more details into it. Text generation, the caching, context caching. So here it's using Gemini 1.5 Pro, means paid version. But since they released the Gemini 2.0 experimental, the Flash experimental one, that's a performant model that you can use for free for the moment. That's why I suggest you to use now, so you can for free familiarize yourself with AI and at the same time build your applications based on that, because it has a quick inference. You don't want to wait, because when I'm using, for example, LM Studio, sometimes because of my computer limitations, I have to wait. That's why I'm using Grok, Cerebras, or now Google Gemini through the API calls. It's free and it helps us build and test very quickly our different AI IDs. Here is also some details here on how to update the cache, delete the cache. Okay, so you go just through this Google AI for developers documentation, and you're gonna see how to create your first code snippet, and from that you can start building. Please like and subscribe during the break. And now let's go into the interface. So you can get the API, or you can just use the web UI straight away. That's what we're gonna use here. You need to consent, just the first one. And after that, you can see here there is this center chat interface. On the right side you have the settings, on the left side you have the options. So in the settings you can get the code, so code snippet. So these settings on the right side are representing how you would use the API in terms of code snippets. You can see how many tokens we get, 1 million tokens with the Gemini 2.0 Flash experimental model, structured output, so you can build your agents with that. So what is good here, you can do all your settings on the right side, get the code, copy and paste it into your Python application straight away. Function calling. And after there are some examples also if you want. Yeah, there is a try examples button down there, here, that you can use, and you get the example of the structure of the function call. Okay. Grounding search results and provide links to relevant resources. So Google is a search engine. So this is the Perplexity AI side. On here you can see there is the output length. This is good for moderation, harassment, hate, dangerous content, and so on. So here how permissive would be your application. Civic integrity, that's very good. So it's good that you can see here all the different options that your application need to consider. It's good to have all in one interface. The stop sequence, output length, and here the top P. You can close those advanced settings. Here you can add documents, record an audio. You see, take a photo, sample media. You can link it to your Google Drive. You clear the chat and you restart a new session. On the right side, API keys, create prompts. That's the chat, stream, real time. That's the one I used in the previous video, sharing my screen. That's an amazing feature that I suggest you to use. You get the model here on the right side. So you can talk with it, audio, or you can use a text also. So you talk and the model is going to answer you using text. This is good when you want the model to write some code for you. Because when you use the vocal mode for the AI, it won't be able to write anything. And here you get the different options, and it shows you the features, input, output, number of tokens, all those different models. That's the one we're using. Here, the Flash experimental, but there is also the Flash syncing experimental, which is also new and free. As you can see, there's no dollars into the input and output. And it gives you the use case, the rate limit, 10 requests per minute. So free 10 requests per minute, 1,500 requests. The latency. So this is nice. The knowledge cutoff, it tells you when it is. Best for what? Reasoning, coding, and how many tokens. So you get more details here into the model and the ability, the limitation that you have. So process 10,000 lines of code, call tool natively, multimodal generation, multimodal understanding. It's a very performant model. I really like this model. This is gonna replace my Mistral model. Okay. On here, audio, that's where I told you can use audio or text, and you choose the different character. So different voices that you want to interact with. The tools, code execution, function calling. So same here, you can add those tools into the vocal. Same, we get the same example. So I wanted you just to see it into the details on surface. After, it's up to you to come here and to experience it, because this is just a video. The best is that you try and you understand why it is amazing. When you're gonna start the video interaction and talk with it, you'll be able to interrupt the AI, and just like the OpenAI one, actually, it will be very natural speech. I don't know if I'm gonna use it to speak in Japanese, to learn to improve my Japanese, but it can be also something that you can use to improve your language skills, because it's all around coding, but you can use it for anything else. You can also fine-tune those models. See, you need to provide some examples. They suggest you between 100 and 500 examples. And here the files, the library, that's how you link it to your Google Drive. And there is some prompt examples. So there is a gallery here of prompts. For example, I use it for unit testing. So here there is an example for unit testing. I don't like to do unit tests, so I like to just share my screen, show it the code, and give the context of the application, and I'm gonna get my unit test done. Okay, so documentation, there is developer forum, and the app settings here, light, dark, and so on, and the different plans. So we're using the free plan, but that's where you can get your API keys, and also if you wanna go into the paid plans, that's where you're going to activate your paid plans. But the free of charge plan is pretty interesting, and you'll be able to build nice MVPs with that. So before going to any paying AI, it's good to have something running with a free AI already. And after that, when you need to scale up, at this time you will need to pay for sure. After here, when it's free, for sure, the data is going to be used to improve the model. You won't have the choice. But when you pay for the API, the data is not used to improve the model. So this time you get the choice. And it's not that expensive when you see it like that. $5 per million tokens, $10 per million output tokens. Get the API key. And after here it tells you, just gives you the code snippet in a curl format, but you can get the Python one into the documentation. And after you create your API key, and you can start working with your application. This was a quick overview of Google AI Studio, because I didn't show you in the last video. Hope that you like this video. I'm gonna stop here. It's gonna be quick. Please like and subscribe. We need more likes, because I'm making now those videos for the members. So we are 170 members, and I'm focusing on you now. I'm not playing the SEO game anymore, so I need your likes in order to get this video boosted and get more people seeing those. See you next time.